Okay, this video will show you how to edit the advanced options and add more questions and slots when creating an event, but more specifically, how to add volunteer slots so volunteers can sign up to run your event. So when you're creating an event, the 8th step is advanced options, and under advanced options, there's the add more questions and slots. So go ahead and click that drop down. And this will bring a lot of questions that that are already loaded into the event that you can check as active. And so an active question, if I were to check the first name, it would automatically ask everyone who registers for the event that question. But under here, these are all the different questions that is already preloaded into the event creation if you wanted to use them. Otherwise, you can also make your own question down here in the Add Question button. But before I do that, so the questions that are already loaded in here, if you wanted to make them active, that's how you do that there. You can make them active, but they won't be required. So if you want to make them required, you hit that button. If you want them just to be for officers, then you can check that box. And if you want everybody who buys a ticket or registers for your event to do it, so let's say somebody's registering more than one person, then they would have to answer the first name for each person. And if you only wanted to do it, so for example, if you go in here to edit, we've got all ticket types, or just the RSVP, or just the VIP access. So if you want everybody who's registering or buying a ticket for this event to have to answer their first name, then you would hit all. Otherwise, if you just want the VIP guests to have to answer it, then you could change that to VIP or whichever other registration options you have in there. And then the different type of questions, this is a default. And you can also change the order here by moving those around. But let's say, for example, I wanted to add volunteer slots. Down here, you'd go to add a question. And this would be a volunteer. And then there's lots of different question types. So if you want to add a volunteer, then you would add slots. You can make like time slots. Otherwise, you can do checkboxes, drop downs. If you want your ticket holders to select a date, you can also do that. But we're going to do slots. And then the answer, if you want those who register to be able to change their answer or not, you can select that right there, then hit submit. So now I have the volunteer question in here. And so under required, I'm going to require it. I'm going to make it for not only officers. And this is going to apply to anybody that registers, whether they're VIP or regular RSVP. And over here is where you manage the slots. So this is where the slots are all held. So if you want to create a slot, you click that button. And so, for example, a name, volunteer check-in. If I want that to be a slot, and let's say my event is on the 14th, volunteer check-in is going to be from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And the cap of how many people I need at this slot would be 5. And it's active, so yes, save. And let's say I need people to run a water station for my event. It's on the 14th, and this is going to be from 8 a.m. to noon. And I need 10 people to run it, and it's active. And then if I create one more slot and I need people to help with cleanup on the 14th as well, and that's going to be from noon to 2. And I need 10 people for that too, and it's active. So I hit save. So now I've created my slots. So if I go down, and you can, same options here, you can reorder them. But if I click out of this, you can also edit all of them here or create a next time slot. So now if I go to preview the event, give me just a second. So now I'm within my event, and if I go down to register, I can hit one RSVP and register. And then if you scroll down, it will now show me the RSVP volunteer slots that I made, and I can select one to sign up for and then confirm my registration. So that is how you edit the questions and slots, and specifically create volunteer slots for your event goers to sign up for.